on the live stream.
It's working.
We are right on time. If the time was moved to this current time that we are at right now.
Yeah.
So thank you all. This is the Helluva Boss live stream. We are doing for 2 episodes today, including Seeing Stars and X's and O's. I am Morgana Ignis. I am the voice of Sally Mae, and I'm going to be hosting today's wonderful little couch stream we have going here. Before we get started, I want to introduce everyone who is with us today. Starting at the end here, the voice of Joe and the Aussies bouncer, Ed Bosco.
What up, y'all? I like to take 2 better.
Yeah, take 2 way better. I'm really glad
One
this
more
gets
flowing. Yeah.
Oh, God, I love when technical difficulties do us favors. Next to him, we have the voice of Colin, Jaden LeBron.
It's good to be here again. Thank you for having me.
And our featured performers coming up. First off, we have the voice of Luna, Erica Lindbergh.
What's up?
Wild. Next to her, we have an introduction into the show. We have the voice of Chaz, Eric Schwartz.
It's jazz time.
Jazz time, baby. And of course, right next to Eric here, we have our wonderful show creator, Vivian Madrano.
I actually genuinely thought you were about to talk to him because I forgot I was here.
You are in fact here.
I mean, we're here because of
who is not at all jet lagged from flying this morning from the other side of the world.
I just got off a flight from Australia.
Whoa.
Right.
Insane.
Insane.
That's commitment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I wanted to be here.
Yeah, insane that you have made it. and next to Viv here, we have the writer of both these episodes, Adam Nayland. We're going to be talking with everybody a lot more after we watch these episodes, but before we get into discussions, we're going to watch the episode first. So is there anything that you would like to prep before we get into these? Anything you'd
Are
like
we
to say
allowed
about?
to just shout out?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Just shout it out.
We'll just shout it out.
We shout like things.
Just talk over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
That's
over it.
fine.
Hell yeah.
By the way, is there a way to like switch it from like the bigger thing on the screen is us or the? Is that,
To make bigger for
yeah.
you
Yeah,
guys?
we want to see ourselves.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
to
Let's
watch
see.
us. You want to
They've
look
seen
at us. You want to
the
look at us.
episode before.
That's true.
See.
Is there any way to actually just crop everyone else out and have me be?
Yes, actually.
Actually, can we just
That's
crop
the
her
best
out?
option.
Is that possible?
No. I
No.
was suggesting the opposite, Ed.
Well, but I think it'd
Yeah.
be better if we just.
No, I think it would be better. No, I was just.
I don't-
The chat won't see themselves.
Could the chat look at themselves deeply?
Chat wants to see themselves, I guess.
We'd like to stare into the void.
That'd be terrifying.
Guys, what chat? What time is it where you are right now?
Yeah.
And be sure to answer
It's
all at
jazz
once.
time.
All at once.
Answer all at
Yeah.
once.
That's the right
That's
answer.
Indian
the
military
That's the
time.
right answer.
Yeah.
It's jazz time.
The answer is it's Chaz time everywhere.
That's right.
Just a lot of people saying hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
What up?
What's up? What's up to you? What's up to you? OMG.
OMG.
What's up, yo?
I love you.
Yo.
Hey,
Thank
somebody
you.
loves you.
It's going so
They
fast.
do.
I can't even see.
Oh my god,
A lot
I
of
can't
people
read
are
it.
Endless.
Those are
That's
just
actually
using it.
invisible.
They're not
Shit.
even comments
There's an
anymore.
answer.
I'll see. Yeah, you're just hitting answer.
Noise.
Make them big.
It's okay. Technical difficulties.
Wow.
This is
It is
real.
flying by.
This is
See, they
real
realize we're
right
talking
now.
because not everybody's
I wonder
typing.
where
Yeah,
the
everyone's
time
going
thing
over
is
there.
at.
You can chew
Yep.
on
I'm gonna
this.
try to read them.
The-
I
you
can't
can
even
see
see
it.
the
There's
messages.
It's
nothing
just
there.
gone now.
I can see screen names. Or am I
Yeah,
crazy?
yeah.
I can't even see
Do we
it.
need to see the chat?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
What? No.
Then we're good.
We don't want to talk to them.
You have
That's not what I mean by that.
You have 0.2 seconds to read each and every one of these
Yeah,
messages.
yeah, it's
because
like,
they
all right,
fly
let's go.
across the
Respond to all of
screen.
them.
It's impossible.
Well, I'm just like, we can't really, like, just full disclosure to everybody. We can't really see them clearly. And
Yeah.
that's not what this is really about. So, you know, I'm not trying to be like a day. I promise.
Yeah, if you're just like, why aren't they reading the chat? It's just like, it's physically
We
impossible.
So we
physically
can't.
cannot
We can't,
do it.
yeah.
So.
I'm having to
Apparently,
screen.
this video is sponsored by Grammarly.
Hey! Because none of us can spell.
Hey!
And now it's just, oh no, I got what I, okay, there
No.
we go.
I don't want it anymore.
I feel like this has gotten entirely too fancy with the camera work.
Yeah. Right.
I flew too close to the sun.
Well, now we have to
Now
get
it's
through.
the
Yeah.
Viv.
No, that's good.
That's good.
Half
Viv and Erica,
half the
we're
screen
done.
being blacked out. That's
I know,
good.
but I gotta get it to share.
Oh, snap.
This is great.
We're hang in there, guys. We
Yeah,
appreciate you.
we're doing our best.
We appreciate you. Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that. Anything but that.
Solid staging.
Right?
Terrible idea.
Well, you're talking.
I mean, I guess.
Oh my gosh. What on earth?
Who has a
Yeah,
solid
there's
thing?
it.
We streaming.
Right?
Yes, there are.
4,700. Real gamer hour.
How many?
Nobody builds up the anticipation like we do.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
The chat is crashing my
4,000.
computer.
There's 47.
people.
It's crashing because there's 4,751 people currently watching, and they're just crashing everything right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think y'all are gonna need to build a streaming specific
Yeah.
PC at this rate.
Right,
Just
at
have a
this
set.
point, I'm gonna need a whole rig.
Okay, straight up.
And
Thank
now
you, guys.
we're all-
Thank you for all being here and being excited.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate
I
it.
don't know. Are we
Your
online
love
still?
is fucking
Yeah.
everything
Almost
up
up
for
to
us.
5,000 people now.
We may have
So-
we may have lost the live
Yeah,
because my
honestly,
entire thing
yeah.
is unresponsive.
Is this still streaming from YouTube?
Can someone, Iris,
Are we?
can
I got
you
you.
grab
I
my
think it's on
phone?
delay.
I got
I
you.
had the stream up and I need to know if it's still live.
It's
says
on
it's
your
live.
channel, Viv?
live.
Yeah, it's on
Viv's
Viv's channel.
I think we're still live. Can I
Okay,
hear it?
cool.
No, that's me just looking right now.
Yeah, it's still live.
Over here.
Almost 5,000.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Hey.
Right, I need to
on here.
know.
I mean, it's a
Keep
very
it.
cool video. Like, this is tripping me out really bad.
This is the owl doesn't know what to
Yeah.
We're doing
focus
it.
on. We're freaking out the little owl camera here.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a dope camera.
It's a dope ass
Yeah.
camera. It doesn't
That's
exactly work, but it's dope as
Hi,
shit.
hello. Hi, boo. All right.
Yeah, I see it.
There we go. There we go.
I mean-
Now I can read the chat.
The problem is now it won't let me
Chat
screen share, so I can't let chat see the
Oh, no.
actual
Shit.
episode. Like you guys can watch the episode, but chat would just listen to your bullshit the whole time.
Okay.
Which is what they're here for. Yeah, that's why they're here.
How about-
we're reacting.
All right.
How about we do it like this, where we do it like the clap method, where we just go, hey, start your fucking episode now.
Yeah, that's old school.
Yeah.
There you go.
All
right.
right.
Pardon
I'll-
my French, I just came
Yeah.
off a plane.
Well, but we have
You're
ads,
good.
so that's gonna fuck up the timing.
Yeah, we have ads.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
If
Well,
you guys want to see the
No,
episode,
For a second, I thought you said we have Ed,
This
and that's gonna
isn't-
fuck up the timing. And I'm like, what did I do? I didn't do anything.
Ed,
Right.
stop fucking it up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like, nobody's watching the episode for the first time, hopefully.
Theoretically, yeah.
So,
Yeah, totally.
Because this is a bad way to. If anybody here has not seen the episode, we're gonna be talking over the whole thing.
Shame on
The
you.
whole
Please
time.
don't have seen it for the first time with this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a perfect introduction into the show. If you've never seen
Yeah.
Helluva Boss before,
Don't
this
watch
is
this
start
one.
here.
It's
This is the
Don't.
one.
Don't start here.
4,000.
It's the wrong place to start.
All right, guys, I'm going to start the episode. You guys feel free to, again, roast the ads.
Yeah.
Grammarly.
Grammarly.
Upbeat music.
So
The stream is
Grammarly
brought to you
brings
by the inability of the public school system to teach you how to spell. I mean, Grammarly.
Hey, excuse me, I was a child left behind.
Grammarly.
All right, so
Grammarly.
hold on. They
The
do or
best
do not
ad.
have a feed.
All
for the
right, you
episode.
guys.
are we? Are they able to see
They
this?
do not.
Yeah.
You guys will be able to watch it.
All right, let's do it. All right.
Okay.
Okay. But then
Forgive
we
us,
go-
guys.
Everybody cue up Seeing Stars.
All right.
Okay, I'll watch
Cue it up.
you currently. So
Or
Yeah, yeah,
pull it
that's
up,
fine.
or if you know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It'll be all good.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, cue it
guys.
up, we'll
And
give you a
maybe
little
we'll get
funny-
lucky and it'll let you switch midway.
Right?
Okay,
All right, here we go.
I gotta give you volume.
At the beginning, we'll do a clap.
Yeah, we'll pause.
Yeah, we'll
All right.
give it.
All
All right,
right.
everybody cue it up. Everybody get ready.
You get like
All right.
30 seconds.
We're gonna, all right. We're gonna 10,
9,
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
and 1, and go. All right. We're watching the episode,
I got the
everybody.
warning.
I remember watching this like space scene getting painted, and I was like, "Oh, that's how you draw space? Like that's actually a lot simpler."
I had to hold back how I watched this. We watched them as a crew because we watched these episodes hundreds of times
Oh
back.
yeah.
So in this one, almost every single time I was like, "Shut up, Stolas." I love it. Like, it's just,
You have to listen to it over and over
Yeah,
and over
yeah.
again.
that's why I was.
This is
I'm done.
There's always that point.
Just memorize. You do this from.
No.
Okay.
About the sun.
This is the
No,
most
this is nerd
bottomy explanation of space.
Whoa, why? First of all, what's wrong with bottoms?
That's all.
Show.
You look so hard at me when you said that.
There's, as per usual, a top efficiency in the community.
You were like,
Oops, all bottoms. in it.
there's a lot of bottoms. And damn, all right. I love the like beanie.
Yeah.
It's on the ground.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
He has an official name.
Butler's name? He's another one that like I need to figure out a name.
Okay, well, Imp Butler just being handled as a
He's very
as
cute.
a stress squishy.
After Ozzy, he's always chatting.
Chad.
Really, this Imp Butler pulls better than almost anyone else in the show.
I have a question about your animation. Now, do you animals? Are these? You have cats. Or like cats. Am I?
No, like a lot. I think a lot of like design sensibility in the show comes from like because everything's really angular and sharp and stuff, and like very slitted eyes. So I feel like that's very cat-like.
Okay.
By the way, for those of you in the chat, because I know it's going crazy, we can't switch it over to the episode, so you guys can watch with us, but we're just going to figure it out.
Say I really want Octavia's list. Every time Octavia's on screen, she's listening to some absolute banger music.
Seriously.
Oh, hey, it's Erica in the morning.
He's got nothing to respond with that.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
got
know.
nothing.
I love how his legs are absolutely not long enough to be touching. So you know he's just like mid-air teetering on the couch.
Octavia's dorky ninja mode. I'm living for.
Yeah. High School Ninja Corps. Like
Yeah.
Hoodie Ninja.
I love that he said
I'm
enemies.
obsessed with the.
That's by Brandon, right?
Yeah, Brandon drew that, and I just thought it was the funny.
And the book.
Had the lemon stealing horse tree, right?
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah.
Fun fact: this has a reference to a very infamous called Lemon Stealing
Oh,
Horse.
I know lemon stealing horse.
Yes.
I don't know, that's been like in my personal cultural zeitgeist for the last like week.
We're on ad.
Thank you.
Wait, are you in that ad? And there's Brandon being dead on the floor.
Brandon is amazing.
We immediately could kill Brandon Rogers.
For 2 seconds. Protest.
Yeah, the protesters that are outside every convention. Did we have them at Level Up Extra?
Yeah,
Did
because
we
that's my
have the
reference to what it
protesters?
looks like.
We have heard, I don't think we did at Level Up.
That is
We
shocking.
saw a lot of fans.
Yeah, for a convention so filled with people dressed as demons, we had surprisingly few people protesting outside.
I feel like protesters don't really do conventions at all.
Oh, they definitely do.
Matt, we got one, yeah.
They really do.
But yeah, back in the day when I was nerd going to cons, yeah.
They're the best photo ops.
My favorite thing about the protest moment though was we didn't have specific dialogue for them written. It was just like sounds of protesters, and they did a bunch of takes of like them being actually mad about various. But then at the end of the day, we're like, no, fuck it. I think it's funny if they're just protesting to protest. Protest.
Well, I think that was Lyle and Monica's like they just did a bunch of takes of like protest, and that's the one.
So funny.
Accurate.
Very accurate.
Yeah, I mean, this is good because I just imagine the amount of people who across the world just dream of going to Hollywood one day, experiencing like the Walk of Fame and everything.
Don't you feel bad for those people that come to LA and they go to the Walk of Fame?
It's horrible.
so
It smells,
smelly.
and everyone's really rude, and it's like, yeah.
Like, I
It's
love
kind of
nobody's where they want to be.
these
Yeah.
big glamorous shots of like certain stops, and it's like, no, just if you literally just turn the camera around, you're like, boarded up windows. Like,
about 8 of the
condoms on
same
ground.
shitty souvenir places, same crap everywhere that have to be a front something.
Yes.
There's no way they're making enough money. A bunch of prostitute lingerie stores on every corner.
I remember walking like last or 2 years ago, walking down the street, and there was
How
somebody.
hopeful he was that literally was not.
A needle
Just one
like
second.
flew out of their arm.
I
They
love-
were laying on the ground. It flew out of their arm.
Oh,
And I was like, it really took me seriously.
Yeah.
Because
I just say I love the fact that when I initially saw the tease of Stolas' human, that part of the transformation made the eyes the sunglasses, but no, that is Stolas decided to
He just
complete
takes
the look.
them, yeah.
He's just like, oh, this will look good. My eyes.
no, but like, I love people in LA have totally like cited this moment and be like, that's so real. It's like,
It is real.
This page happened to me.
Even owns a CD player anymore. Why?
But this used to be a thing. This was way more prevalent when there were still CD players.
No, like I've walked through the Walk of Fame, and there's a guy with his fucking,
it's fair.
at least for me. It happens in New York too, but it's happened way more here.
And this is
That was a joke that the artist put in.
if you know, you know.
You know what I love about this? I feel like there's an implication
Oh,
with
God.
guys that like Brandon has these maps. He really doesn't. I feel like I might have given him a complex. Like,
Not what you did.
he's got like totally normal ears, but now it's like, wait, are they that big that like you make a character from the car? No,
Like, no, it's not you.
It's like,
And watch the. It's a really great episode. That's really great.
All the harmonization.
Very cute sign.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Change starting
Hollywood
environment
stuff,
design.
yeah.
Correct.
Hollywood.
Apparently, like the Hollywood sign and stars and stuff were like protected. We were protected. So we did do our own versions of them. Like it's funny because that we were like, oh, what? At the last minute, we had to like a lot of like background and some changes to make it like accurate.
Right, you can't like literally use
You can't, yeah, you can't use the actual like stars. You can't use the actual sign.
You get to parry.
So, so the
Parody
stars are
it,
different
yeah.
colors. And
Stars kind of look completely
Hollywood.
different, and Hollywood. I really like this.
Movie,
joke.
making morning with.
This voice of the producer there. Is that Lyle?
That's Lyle.
Okay, that's Lyle Rapp voicing the producer there.
I really. I, well, that would be my as far as like Stolas
That's the window.
Kind of Stolas has interest in people.
He's
He's starting to learn.
So, I swear, I've been saying
Skip
Beep,
button.
beep, boop,
Is
boop,
that-
beep,
You gotta watch it.
It's so short, and it's under
I
15
don't see it.
seconds.
Oh God, 15-second delay.
So
It's fine.
the worst.
Oh God, another one.
No! Ooh, that does look good. I am excited about that one.
I was like, it's
Boring. I could ask about this here. Your first experiences in Hollywood. The first time YouTube came to Hollywood, what was that experience like for you doing this vlog and like finally kind of seeing this and all this?
for me, I mean, I like time. So I'm kind of unfazed by like the tourist parts of it. That said, Hollywood is way worse. Like at least in Times Square, like everything's pretty and like there's all the
Oh, yeah.
theaters and like there's stuff to do. Whereas like the Walk of Fame, like the main one, like theater, every so often I want to go see like an IMAX movie, and that's and there's a couple cool restaurants, but that's it. And then there's all these like creepy people
I can't
around,
do this. No,
and
not
it's,
again.
like, so dirty
I
and
haven't performed
really
since
fun.
Blitz. If your performance
but,
on
like,
stage is half as good
You
as
know,
it
like,
is
I've
in
had some
bed,
weird
you'll
parts
leave
of LA
them
experiences.
breathless.
Like one of my
Now hurry up and wow them so we can get back to finding Via.
That's in,
Break a
like,
leg,
Hollywood.
darling!
Really
Action!
night.
Well, if it isn't our neighbor Ronnie.
Oh, here comes
Feel
the
that earthquake
sitcom.
earlier?
Oh, here we go.
Sitcom
The
time.
disgusting.
Say something. Oh, yeah. That was just
Like,
my wife
Did you ever-
rolling out of bed.
No, generic.
Just generic sitcom.
The most classic generic amalgamation of anything.
Yeah, and then that bitch hit her head on the way down and shattered her skull. There's blood everywhere. Peter Pan.
I love Blitz's energy here because I feel like every kid, good kid in middle school, could like have that energy and just like the joke get land until he pushes it way too far and like keeps on it.
More and more.
Keep going.
That scene is just so it's surprisingly wholesome to me, especially after we just saw the flashback of them as kids, because you still see that Stolas is like Blitz's biggest fan.
Yeah.
Like he's the only one that the only one legitimately in that audience who loves his comedy and loves his.
Plus, I love this fucking song.
This is Sam.
I love the idea that Lou is the only one who's like, let me just go on like Instagram or whatever and figure out what person it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a lot of the shots in this episode.
Like different landscapes that was like
What's your attitude working in
Yeah,
Universal?
all of those we had those, and like they're recognizable enough.
Is that why there's the S in Hollywood?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of similarly, like none of these are like one-to-one with the actual location.
The ball at Universal. Big globe.
Huggy, you've gone and done it again. That's the
Okay.
big couch this year.
The cave.
I had no idea.
You know, maybe it's about time I found you a new home. One that could put up with your attitude.
I can take him, Mr. Ronnie. I'd be happy to adopt old Uggy and give him the attention.
Looks like Darla Dibble
Yeah,
from
I know.
Cats Don't Dance. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe you should adopt.
Everyone on the team.
Aw, they're all so cute. And they're sad.
Maybe you could adopt this one here. Quite a strong lad. He'll be
This, like,
perfect
how
for
the
whatever
artist drew
work
this
you
one
want to
was
use him
long. I
for.
said
No ugly
What's
Wonka.
fucking from the
I
Goonies?
need something that's more family friendly.
A gift for the wife, huh? No
The
problem. We
Goonies?
have a nice selection of
Oh,
other
that's
sounds.
Who's
that?
Oh, her. That's just Luna. What a nightmare. Serious attitude problems. She'll be out of our hair next month when she ages out. Good riddance, if you ask me. She'll never amount to anything much.
No, you can't have her. She's mine and I love her.
But Mr. Ronnie, you gotta let me have the puppy. You just
Hey,
gotta.
Killer, that is so Darla. It's terrifying.
Anal fissure. Oh, you think this is funny, asshole? She's not fit to be a mother. I saw her do a line of coke in her dressing room.
Now, Ronnie.
You
should.
Ow! You can't have my baby, bitch!
It's hard to
I'll
say.
never get rid of her!
Simon just says, "Oh, dead."
I'm
coming, Blitz!
That's like my favorite one. This whole
Excuse
thing
me,
is my favorite.
would you mind?
Scene in the whole.
Well, that escalated fast.
So let's go find our daughters.
Also, the explosion with no looking. Never look at the explosion.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
How to sound more confident in your running. 1. Remove hedging language and be direct. For example,
What's hedging language?
I don't know.
Edging language?
Hedging language.
Oh, okay. Never
Extra
mind.
words.
I was gonna answer the wrong thing. Let's go on to the show.
Hey. Hey. How did you find me? Your Instagram. Nice pics, by the way. Oh, thanks. You okay?
Yeah.
Can't believe I was so stupid. I spent all day
Perfect.
looking for a place where I could
You got
get
it.
Show it now.
dumb
Perfect.
meteor shower. And all I get is this. Yeah, Smog's a bitch. You know, your dad's really worried about you.
Right, that's why you're here instead of him. He couldn't be bothered to keep his promise, and now he can't be bothered to come and get me himself. He'd rather spend his time just screaming at my mum.
Love the background in this.
Why does he hate her
Backgrounds are
more than he
gorgeous.
loves me?
Capture the vibe.
It remains and I went hiking up the Griff the week off.
Sometimes,
Like, oh, that would be the exact
sometimes it's not as simple as
that
that.
you'd be sitting at right there.
Kind of shit gets messy. And everybody's got issues, especially dads. And sometimes they fuck up. Well, all the time. That doesn't mean they don't care.
If he cares, where is he?
He's somewhere down there,
He's here?
looking for you. I mean, try to cut your dad some slack. He may not always get it right, but he's trying. That's more important than you think. You ready to go?
Yeah.
I love how simple that scene is.
Yeah, we were silent for
So,
that.
Yeah, we didn't say a word.
Just find where.
simple as it
Oh,
is.
Luna, my sweet baby
Hold on.
girl, I'm so
Hold on.
sorry. I'll never replace you no matter what you do.
Yeah, we were
needed
freaking out about that.
Dad,
Yeah,
It was
it's
surprisingly rough. Like,
I'm just
keeping
from a
that going.
creative like, point of view.
Yeah.
Hard
But
to say
what
anything,
would
like,
possess you to do such a thing? You know I haven't taught you spells like this yet.
That
I
was
just
the
wanted
scene
to
that I
see the
helped you
stars
with.
you promised.
I really liked.
The stars? Azathoth's tears.
Out of, like,
Oh
the-
no, oh my dear
Very
sweet
real
Thea.
place.
I am so...
I know, Dad. It's a... now. What the fuck's that?
My ad career.
Look at that one. Did you see that one?
Where the fuck are Eminem?
Billy has a line.
Sure,
Has
has a line.
Has a line. Yeah. I love it. He just scoops them up with like
Hellfire, and you set my soul alive.
The songs end up being
Flame with
That's Richard.
for
Yes,
my
Richard.
dove sea.
It's very cute.
For the sweet lots impossible.
that, we have Vivian sing a lot more. But we're trying to give. There's certain characters that like don't have as much of an.
We always watch the
credit.
In this house, we give credit where credit
Is
is
kind of always which one is it? Diegetic?
You're the man.
Not diegetic. Yes. Diegetic. Diegetic. That's what. Yeah, that's why I get confused because it feels like diegetic should be like. No, but it's diegetic, and because of that, not every character sings like Millie. Like Millie isn't really like a singer, so you know, finding Alexis the character sing is really interesting. But I'm kind of like we're kind of leaning more and more into like bucket territory where it's kind of
diegetic or non-diegetic.
yeah. I think we've found enough like excuse to get it into like more of a fantasy space, and so. You know, we're leaning more towards that. So there's probably going to be a lot more like Millie songs and stuff like that because we're kind of cheating.
Here's a question for you, and you can feel free not to answer if it's spoilery. Is there a character that hasn't sung that you would love to see sing?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm trying to think of the characters that we've already like seen. I mean, kind of all of them. Like we haven't really gotten a lot of opportunity for you to sing, Erica.
That was the one that I thought of. Yeah. I can't remember a Luna
but
song.
that's we are planning some so, like some characters like again like through like episode plot abilities like gain the ability to have a song or so. But like certain characters just it's so out of place unless it's like something super goofy. Like we have one coming up not too long from now where we do get. Millie singing, but it's like a very kind of spontaneous, like kind of goofy thing.
I'm not getting
so it's like even that, like I'm like, man, like I really want to give Vivian a chance to sing in a less goofy context.
I do. I love that song though.
It's fun though. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one, but it's like super goofy. So you know, it's finding that like excuse to have like these kind of musical type songs.
It's like earning it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Figuring that.
Well, before we get into this next episode, I have a couple questions. I'd love to just sort of go a little bit more in depth on what we just saw. I mean, there's a lot of character exploration in Seeing Stars. We see like a lot of family stuff, a lot of conversations having to do with both Luna and Octavia talking about their relationships with their dads. And, you know, we have two, you know, both of them sort of having issues of connecting with their fathers, but Luna, especially in this episode, we see, you know, her very rocky relationship with Blitz as Blitz is trying to connect with her and her having this difficult time sort of opening up to him, which we see a complete 180 on once she's away from Blitz and having like a very real intimate conversation with somebody who's more a peer of hers. So I'd love to know kind of on the writing process, what that was like to sort of explore that side of Luna being a lot more open and honest about her feelings with Blitz. And for Erica performing that scene and finding those levels and finding those new places to go with the character.
Erica, you want to start?
Oh, sure, yeah. I think it's interesting because I relate a lot to Luna because it's like you can give the best advice, but you don't necessarily always practice what you preach. I think Luna has a lot of trauma from her past that she has a tough time letting go of when it comes to, you know, and having that more mentor role. She's really good at because it's like you can know something to be true, but it can be really difficult to actually internalize it for yourself. So I think it was interesting because like at her core, she knows that her dad loves her, and her being able to express that to somebody else, like, kind of I think helped cement it for her. If that makes sense.
Yeah, she's flying in with just heavy big sister energy towards Octavia. You know, it's like she could so easily steps into that approach.
I think Luna has a wonderful ability to look outside of herself because she can be really reactive, but I think at the end of the day, she knows what is true at the core. If she really thinks about it, outside of her being, you know, an angry little wolf girl. Yeah. And I think I actually share that ability. I can be very reactive as a person, but if I sit and really think about it, I'm like, I've been pissed at my dad. I've screamed at my dad before, but I know he loves me, you know, at that core of it all.
It's my computer.
And I think she knows that if push came to shove or shit hit the fan.
That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to share my screen.
He'd be there for her.
Absolutely.
I think in writing this too, something that I really wanted to hit on is the way that certain, like when you are dealing with trauma and when you have trust issues and abandonment issues, that there are certain words that can just cut really deep and cut right through any understanding you may or may not have. Like, you know, specifically in this, we have the idea that like Luna having a bad attitude is directly these are words that her dad, as doting as Blitz is, would never have actually said to her. And so in following Moxie's advice, and even though like he's coming at it from kind of a fair angle, he used words that like ultimately cut right to the core of Luna and her insecurity and her abandonment and stuff. And really, anybody who's ever had trust or abandonment issues, I'm sure can relate to that on some level of like, you'll be fine until somebody says one thing that just it triggers something, and
It's like instability. It's the constant action. It's a lot.
And it's not always fair. When I met my wife, I had a lot of trust issues, and God bless her, she's such a patient, like saint of a woman.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, this is too good a thing. Like, this is going to end. When is it going to end? And I think in a lot of ways, like Luna's situation was so bad, and she was rejected so many times that like there probably is an element of that. Like, nobody can be this caring, this loving, this doting. Like, nobody actually wants me as their daughter and stuff. So she's just waiting for the shoe to drop, and then one day he says something that brings that up. So it was an interesting dynamic to kind of dive into with her, and I'm excited to do more with Luna, because I think that there's a lot under the surface to play with.
Totally, I agree.
I think a really interesting thing to look at in this episode as well is that so much of this show is about exploring the relationship between Blitz and Stolas, who could not possibly be more different from one another in the way their lives are, who they are as characters, their upbringings, but them being two struggling dads who are trying to connect with their daughters under these circumstances is one thing they really share in common. And it feels like both of them have sort of a different approach to what Stolas is trying to be like as a father to Octavia, and what Blitz is trying to be a father to, Luna. It's something that in this episode we see them both dealing with the same issue. It's something that connects both of them, despite the fact that they are from such completely different worlds. And it's interesting to sort of like look at that and check out those different characters that they're finally in a situation where the stakes are about the same for them.
Yeah.
They're both missing their daughters, and they're both in this new place, struggling to find them.
Yeah, I think a big thing too with this episode was like writing it in a post-Aussies, kind of sense, where it's like the stakes are very different for these characters. Like, there is a very, very different focus for them interacting in this episode. And, it's interesting because like a lot of how I wanted to, the interactions between Blitz and Stolas in this episode was to be like, these are two characters that don't talk about their feelings at all, and they have a goal that they're trying to get to, that they both care about. And in a way, it's probably like the most they've bonded in the series so far that you guys have seen, because they're focusing on the one thing that they share. But like, it's probably the most natural we've seen them together, which I thought was fun to write, because it's very like, just how they kind of naturally play off each other in a way that's a little bit more snarky and a little bit more, I guess comfortable, but like without realizing it.
It gets out of that power dynamic that we've been seeing so much. That
Exactly.
power dynamic struggle between two of them. They're suddenly on even playing fields in this situation.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. There's like an intense lag.
Your
We can't
stuff
really
isn't coming up on
hear us
our
very well.
end,
So
I think they're trying to troubleshoot it.
okay, yeah. Should we stop for a little bit? Because I don't know that everyone can.
Okay,
because
now
that's
I'm
all
seeing, now
It's
I'm
just
seeing
like-
your work. So go ahead
They
and
love you,
poll.
Luna. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
We have like 4 screens going on.
Mhm.
Give me a second, Rob.
Yeah, if you guys would like to take a break,
Yeah.
if everybody would like
Yeah.
to take a bathroom break, go
Yeah.
ahead, take 5.
We'll be right back.
We are on the phone with technical support. We see all your comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like I was like we're saying really cool stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are
Sorry,
still
everybody,
live,
but
so
we'll be back soon.
Yep.
hang out with the empty couch.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
I think everybody's needs a potty break.
Are we ending the stream?
No, we're just pausing.
No,
I
you're
think.
just-
Oh, you're pausing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get to listen to me on the phone with tech support.
Yeah. So we'll be right back, guys. If you can hear us, give us like 5 minutes.
Oh, and if anybody has a device connected to Wi-Fi, go ahead, turn off your Wi-Fi.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever bandwidth we can free up, let's see if that's the problem. If I could hardline in, I would. Okay. Because yeah, when I have the YouTube stream up on my phone, right now I'm seeing just the stuff from the owl. So
I kind of like that.
okay, we're in the lower corner from what I'm seeing. How do we switch it? Are you gonna keep the episode smaller?
Before I got into entertainment and stuff, I was a waiter for years and years and years.
What do you mean? I see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it says end stream like we are streaming.
I'm
I don't
really
want to end
stoked actually
stream.
that I was able to make a like there wasn't that nice little time that most people get. But anyway, I hated eating the applicant's food.
Mhm.
Like the first year I was there, it was fine. But at some point you just get sick of it, right? But
No lag.
Yeah, Long Island cheese and perfect margaritas are big sales sellers. But there's a Jimmy John's right next, Jimmy John's right next door, and I would just take them
All
to the
right,
back.
hold
and I
on.
would
Let
just
me
crack
grab
them
my
and
phone
just shovel it in, we
because
didn't take
we
lunch
were
break.
gonna see.
So you just have to like put your food in the back, like behind the kitchen, and then just just like it's you can shovel it in your mouth.
I don't want to say anything to that because we are still technically live. Yeah, he's about to start his stream. Hi, Matt. Oh my God! Thank God. Yeah, I can see it. Sorry, I was checking from my phone.
I also drove all the way to San Diego.
Okay, so on the actual YouTube stream, it's a large video, and then we're in the lower corner. Okay. Yeah, the owl feed is in the lower corner.
Okay, we're gonna watch the episode.
This is what they see.
Video.
So that's the episode. Can we turn the volume way down? Yeah. Well, I don't know, like, I really trying to.
Yeah.
Well, no, because like, when I was turned off the devices, how it's set up, but it's playing out of the speaker, it's gonna be the first thing. Yeah. I don't know, I mean, but there's been, we've got someone on the back end operating it, but. Oh, okay. So now this is what they see, so they'll see you guys on here.
Oh, my brother. Shut up. Shut the front door. Hey, that's dope. Thank you. Awesome, man. No, because
All right, yeah.
All right. I think for setting doors over here.
Oh, this is
Because that's a really couple hours that you I don't do all of it. I was like, that's what you're live. Come in anytime.
Oh, my desk. I love it.
All right, cool.
All right, everybody.
Let's do it.
Are we still live? Oh, we're still live.
What's up, guys? We back.
Hello.
Hello.
Better than ever.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed your intermission.
Hey,
Oh, we swapped it. So that's the small window is the video feed?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And we're not-
that's better. That's better.
We,
Because they're here to hear you guys talk.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
I just gotta find.
all right.
Huh?
Yeah, we're running one more test.
All right.
Is everyone good on grade?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lower the volume corner.
Yeah. Rewind all the way.
No. You dropped the YouTube channel.
All right.
I'll save
Yep.
this for the chat. I have a question.
Oh,
You have a
okay.
question for the chat?
All
I just
right.
have I have a question for
But we're still live.
But he wants to put it on the
We're live
spot.
right
He
now.
wants, he wants to build this.
You wanna ask?
Oh, yeah, to build
No, it's not like a big question.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to do a countdown?
Yeah.
Do we just want to hit?
I think it's see it. I think just go
Yeah,
for
Go
it.
ahead.
Yeah,
You can play.
we'll just wait
But you
around.
can turn the volume down on the episode, like just a little bit.
Yeah, I've got it on my end. All right, Rob, go ahead and hit play.
beautiful.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at that. That's a beautiful warning.
Here we go.
Here we go, baby.
You know, I checked the scale today, and it said I lost 2 pounds this week.
Yeah.
I am not fat.
This is the first time that I think we.
Yeah.
Well, she's so adorable.
Millie, honey, everything okay?
Yeah. Just bumped into an ex.
Oh.
He just kept going on about how he has money now, and a bright future, and a bigger company. Wait, what? Every time I see his stupid face, I can't help but
I think this now.
No. I don't think we do.
What the fuck is all this noise? I got a client.
Sorry, sir. I'll get this all cleaned. What is this?
Research for science. Just put it back correctly, okay? Alphabetize it. Okay, so let me get this straight. You don't want us going to Earth at all for this job.
Correct. That will not be necessary. I'd like to meet you and your whole crew at my estate.
You want us killing someone in hell? Because I gotta tell you, that ain't exactly our business no more.
I'll tell you all about it when you're here. It's in regards to a business venture. I'm
Usually
sure
such like a
will be very
delightful
worth your time.
Ooh, how ominous.
Departure for Hat.
Fine, whatever. What's the address?
Transportation.
Like, he doesn't really sound that intimidating in the beginning, you know? He sounds very kind of character, energetic, and then he kind of webs into the evil friend voice.
Satan's ass crack! Enough with the wall shit! We have a door! My research!
So like pausing on that and just look at what all of his research was. That was the very.
Right this way, please.
Oh yeah.
Sir, what's going on?
No, don't worry. It's just some fancy shit. Do business with us.
Sir, I don't think this is a good idea.
It'll be fine. Now get your asses moving.
You have to get.
Is this thing safe? Don't worry. We are professionals.
That might be that.
No, it's not mine. It was the he did a lot of the incidentals in this episode.
Oh, it's so good. I love the score here. You were talking about it doing the trip down the past
Yes.
It's very like industrial.
It sounds
like
super zippy. Yeah.
I hate this place.
Oh yeah, this is your old stomping ground, isn't it, Mom?
Happy accident.
Yeah, unfortunately. I grew up just over there. Swore I'd never come back, and
We different.
where are we going?
They're like flying over to Green.
Who did you say this meeting was with?
Building of Lulu.
I'm not sure. Just some rich somebody or other who wants to discuss biz at his place.
Oh no!
Are you a fan? Are you a fan? I've never seen the show.
There's my boy. Get over here and give your daddy a hug. I only let Moxie combat. Unless you pay me. Guys, this is my father, Crimson. Sir, this is my boss, Blitz. And my...
Really? I'm his wife.
And what a beautiful wife you are. Mox, where you been hiding this pretty little...
Oh, I'm sure he
It's
will
been quite a
introduce
roast
us
trip.
eventually.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think the favorite
You
thing
gotta
is
be Blitz with the
Where
silent O, right? I
think it's like
What kind
what
of
is
shit
it?
has Moxie been spreading about me? I'll fucking kill you, Moxie! Don't you fucking test me!
No!
Like he watched The Godfather.
Looks like you're building a bit of a name for yourself.
Well, I guess it's about time folks recognized my talent.
All right, Joel.
I like your attitude. Well, I hope you're all hungry. We put together a fabulous dinner for you.
Hey, baby.
Marlon
Why
Brando
have
in
I
shorts.
met your pa before?
Well, you know, it's just never been a... Hey, you two! Move it before it gets cold. Look, Millie, we can talk about it later.
I just like to imagine this is an accent Krim worked really hard on.
He rehearsed it in the mirror every day.
He sounded like Moxie does.
The thing that's different about a Verbo vacation home, you always have the whole place to yourself. No stranger at the dinner table making things awkward, or in another room taking up space. It's just you and your people.
So, Blitz, you always been a hitman?
Oh, no, not always. Yeah, I was in the circus for a long time.
Show business. Good money in that. What are we doing here? Sir, Moxie, I raised you better than that. You know there's no business.
Here we go.
Besides, we're still waiting on one more. Wait, what? You know him?
You remember that ex I was talking about?
Looks like I had two big reunions today.
No idea.
Yeah,
Over every shot of.
Yeah, no big deal.
Tell me.
I've usually boned half the people
died
in the
last
room
night.
I
Fucking kidding me? There's someone who's fucked both of you?
It was a long time ago.
But I still remember it like it was yesterday. You, a fledgling mafioso, me, the dashing and extremely sexy muscle. It was like it was written in the stars.
I didn't know. Mafia, that's fucking rich.
I gotta. So, Eric, what was the inspiration? Did you base it on somebody, or was this just like this is what came out of my mouth when I said the line?
You've never told me this before.
I don't really like to talk about this part of my life, but I first saw Chaz at my induction in the family. Our eyes met from across the room. And there was just something
So how much did you really act? I guess.
it was magnetic.
That's fair.
As somebody who's been around the stand-up comedy circuit for really you've never met
Never people like this. Never. No, but
I love this music.
it's kind of a caricature of like this guy who's trying to be so smooth. I've had experience with that character a lot. Really overly smooth, trying way too hard.
Yeah. Projecting more charisma than they're entitled to. Right?
That boat movie?
Did any of that stuff actually happen?
Oh, yeah. But he skipped over the jizz-covered parts.
Anyway, things changed when we went on a heist together.
This hood had really pretty colors.
Yeah, I want to fight the set.
I'm excited because we have a lot of episodes coming up that are centered in different rings, and all the rings have a very specific color palette corresponding to them. So obviously, there's like
what are you in for?
and stuff to like.
Okay,
you did
how
a
much
warning
darker
about,
are we?
like,
Yeah, gray.
The O is silent. I'm sure we're gonna get along just fine. So what's your deal? What'd you do? Who'd you diddle? You look like someone who's good with a gun. You look like someone who'd shoot up an office.
Okay.
And
So,
I
like,
hope you are. Because I got a plan to get us out of this dump, but I'm gonna need some help. You think you can give me a hand?
Might
I
have
need to get
been-
with my daughter. The babysitter will kill me if I don't get back soon. You like kids?
Because I don't know why I'm being heavily featured on the.
When I got out, I never looked back.
No!
They
heard you.
Like I said, was a long time ago.
Okay.
Crazy bitch.
Bill is served.
Chaz really wanted Luna in this episode, though.
Oh my,
I mean,
oh my
really.
Oh my God.
This is aggressively uncomfortable.
I suppose you want to know why you're here.
Yeah, so what gives? I mean, you know we kill people on Earth, right? We don't normally do contracts for locals, so if you want to do business with us, you gotta...
I don't want to do business with IMP.
No, she had one line.
Moxie. Me? Yeah, kid. I summoned IMP to be sure you'd show.
And
because, well, we're bringing Chaz in. What?
Practical
Since
thing is that
when
like
can just anyone join the family? Come on, Mox. You
in general
had
or,
responsibilities
with
here that
SAG
I
and
had to
everything
pick
like that,
up
it's
once
just-
you left. Now
But, you know-
Chaz is going to lighten the load. Wait,
bigger role.
I thought you always hated his guts. Well, I don't know if I exactly hate
Right
it.
now,
You
you're
called
in.
him a
That's
friendless horse fucker and said we lived a sissy lifestyle. Yeah, well, I was wrong. You've been gone a long time, Max.
Is it feasible?
A man
Yeah.
can change.
But like,
and so is Chad.
I've grown, matured, and recently came into millions. But you know, mostly the mature thing.
Oh, okay. So the horseless friend fucker over here gets a little moolah, and suddenly it's worth wasting our time over?
Well, I'm
like,
a whole,
there's ever like,
if you know what I mean.
I got a big dick.
What does any of this have to do with Moxie?
There's gonna be a ceremony tomorrow.
It is very little
Moxie
color.
here is going to officially release his holdings in the organization.
Yeah, could use more color.
Then you can get back to ignoring your family.
I will say, well, no,
Maybe he wouldn't ignore his family if they didn't force him to rub elbows with a no-good shark-toothed fuckface.
Yay, look, everybody relax. I know tensions have been high tonight. Say, why don't you stay here and get some rest? We'll have the ceremony tomorrow, and then you will be free to leave. I have your rooms all prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mox? You're drawing.
A moment, Moxie. Just give me a minute, Millie.
Right? You just drop it.
I'll be there.
And fancy doodles, you do want me to say your...
I'm gonna easiest one to like
So,
have. She also
You
is
think
like
you're
her
too
being-
good for this family now? What? Come here.
Exactly. She
You
can
know.
growl. She does a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
I don't
Yell.
understand. You think you're gonna just get to walk away from this family and never come back? You're dead wrong, Mox. Matter of fact, the only thing you're right about is that obnoxious piss stain can't get made. Not unless he marries.
I love it.
Marries? But who would he? Who do you think? This family needs that money. And it's about time your pathetic ass was useful for something. Sir, I'm already married. I can't. You think I give a shit about your stupid beard? Come on, Mox. I even went through the trouble of making the house more to your kind's liking.
We all stop at the same bit. Like, this is great.
Wait, what do you think I'm into? What? This is the kind of shit gays like, right? Okay, first off, I'm bisexual. Yeah, gay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Secondly, I don't know a single person of any sexuality who'd enjoy
You have
this.
dicks here, but we're about to get real.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fucking hilarious.
Look at me, kid. One way or another, you're gonna do what I fucking say.
really dark.
Don't cross me.
Yeah, I really do. It makes both kind of moments like stand out more. Like one of my biggest influences, just in general, because it's my favorite series, is BoJack Horseman, and it's funny because BoJack is known more for the drama in the show, and there's like these really real moments and these really like dark moments that are beautifully done. But it has some of the zaniest, wackiest, like one-hilarious.
That's actually the majority of the show.
Yeah, and majority of the show is like this really wacky, zany, goofy, like B world. It's got like this really dark underbelly that like is kind of more what's known for, because that's the more like kind of pervasive part of it. So I think Helluva, being influenced by a show like that, it has a much more raunchy spin, because I don't think that any way to like avoid Helluva is really raunchy and very, it's a lot more graphic. The show deals with violence and sexuality. That's kind of the vibe of like, I really like writing things that aren't afraid to go dark.
Let this be your lesson, Moxie.
Like this
is what happens when you
And
cross
play
me.
it straight. Like I think that's my other thing, is that it's like when we commit to these moments, they're played straight.
Now
either
get to
way.
bed, Moxie.
Yeah.
You have a big
It's gonna remain dark, and we're almost at literally my favorite joke in the entire.
I want to talk about this
episode.
moment when we get to it.
Well, I think that's a good point about the pacing. Is if anything is too serious all the time or too scary the whole time, you start to get numb to it. So
Yeah.
changing it up and being able to.
That's
have
right.
That's
so,
right.
So real quick, I want to talk about this because so that moment is not in the script, and so the first time this was an addition by the board artist, and it's hysterical. And And the first time I saw it, I was like watching the animatic for it, and I was like watching the dramatics. And I was like, yeah, I was so into it. I was like, the visuals are so good. Oh, this is so great. And then boom, like they hit me with that moment, and I almost pissed myself laughing. It was so funny. Like I wasn't ready for it.
The whole time that I knew that this was a scene that we were making, like the whole time I knew that we were gonna have to. The whole, even like the walls of dicks joke, like it partially came because I just really wanted Woods to say, there's dicks in the wall, which I also really like. So we were kind of like, all right, how do we orchestrate that? And then, but then that, like, once I knew that, this room was going to be pulsating with all these dicks, I knew like that, you know, we also were going to have this really dark scene, and I was like, the cut back has to be the most contrasting thing in the world, and it's like it's so funny, like that visual of him like looking the most menacing he ever does, like super evil with all the pixelated dicks is like my favorite joke in the entire episode, hands down.
Gotta break that tension.
Yeah, it's just such a like smack back to like where they were, and a reminder that all of that happened while there were dicks all over the place.
It's so good.
Love it.
That was R2's scene, and they just they fucking killed it.
They sold it, yeah.
Chaz time. We are on Chaz time. We are on the what is it? The cum zone? Is the
cum zone? Do you remember this song, or is it so long ago?
I can get it out of my head. I've been singing it since this thing came out, and since I recorded it. Nice. It's such a great song. Sam did a great job with this, and you know, he sent. You guys sent me a track that he did, and then I just was like, man, this is like just my style, because I've always been hip hop, R&B. This is like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool to sing this song. This is definitely smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think my favorite part, and we changed the animation actually to fit it, because some of this was done to the demo, because it was just, you know, just the way the production had to happen. We had to like kind of start animating at a certain point, and then we lip synced everything. And I think it's this shot right here, because you kind of you go, you feel me? It's so good.
So was that a choice, by the way? Because that wasn't in the demo. So it was the like stumbling over the you feel me part.
It's kind of like a fall forward. Like I felt it coming out, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say it. It's not gonna come. But just go with it. And then it just came out.
Genuinely hysterical.
Yeah, that's like
so
good. It's such a genuine like character moment too, where he's just like he gets confused over what he's trying to say.
Yeah, Sam's demo made sense. His lyric made sense. It was like, I feel you feeling me, and it completed. But I was like,
it's so funny like that. Like it's just like Chaz is a very endearing character. Like we had the crew had much love for him.
Oh,
I think a lot of people, even before Chaz made an appearance, fell in love with Chaz.
Yeah.
Like there were literally people who were just like, I don't know what happens in this episode, but if anything bad happens to Chaz, we will burn this city to the ground.
Yeah. I think people. I read a lot of the comments, and a lot of people, they like love him, they hate him, or they like love to hate him. Right?
Yeah,
because you've got everything covered.
They're all the extremes.
But it's like he's a bad guy. So like you're supposed to.
Listen, the opposite of love is not hate; it's indifference.
It's indifference.
So, yeah.
Also, is he a bad guy? But maybe he's not a bad guy.
Right.
It is a good thing that nobody's indifferent to Chaz.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the thing. It's just like love or hate both Chaz or Krim in this episode. There were strong feelings either way.
Yeah.
There are very strong feelings about both these characters.
Yeah.
And the artwork that is drawn of them.
Yes.
I think what works very well with your characters is that they really come to life even without the sound on. You can really capture that emotion and feeling through them. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I was reading a wiki on Chaz, and they said he has like something about his eyes where they light up. Is that like a power that the characters have?
So that's kind of all of them
Yeah.
in the show. One of our design, like very stringent design rules is that all the Hellborn characters their eyes are supposed to always be above. Like we have a lot of comp on the show.
Not drunk.
The ants and all the
Damn it.
Alex.
Not a good.
The eyes are always supposed to be above it, but then on Helluva, their comp artist added glow to the eyes on almost.
Wait, where's Blitz?
I think I saw him head outside. He said something about needing some prayer or something.
Why don't you grab
Bit
him
more,
so we can move?
Be right back, baby.
What you looking
create
so
a
glum for, kid?
Character
It's your
design.
wedding day.
In a world where, like,
Best day of your life.
I feel like everything's been done to death, and then you come in like a freaking
I'm not
wrecking
doing
ball.
it. What was that? I
They're
couldn't
so
make it
mean.
out over the sound of you being a
Yeah.
whiny bitch. I said I'm not doing it, sir.
Characters,
Yeah.
yeah,
I've
and
spent my whole life
and yeah,
being
it's
afraid
always
of you, but I'm not giving up the only good thing I've ever had just so you can keep your fragile little sense of control over everything. Millie is a good woman.
I think even
A
the
better woman
background.
than I deserve.
Start picking out. They're like, that looks
And
really cool.
Nothing that
I know
scares
some of
me
the
more
characters
than
that even I
hurting
didn't
her.
touch.
Not
So, like, we
even
have
you.
made
I'm
this
leaving,
house
Dad. And if
matching
you are
with
hurting
my
this
style.
clown over here, try to stop me.
Is it
You'll learn firsthand
X's and O's, but is it
just
X's
how
and
good
Blues?
I've gotten at my job.
I thought it would be funny if there was more than one O.
Like it's sexual, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Millie, you found
Many
me.
things titled X.
Who's your friend?
Friend.
It was like, all right, we can make it a little.
shot. Maybe the trap holding the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Let's get this thing rolling, eh?
Aww. You told me all the chairs would be filled.
I love how whiny Chaz is messy.
Yeah.
I wanted a wedding with
He's a very endearing
Fuck
character.
yes.
What is going on?
Yeah.
That seductive dickhole is trying to marry Moxie, and he's not even rich.
He really. He like really truly. He definitely was something very morally wrong, but
it requires at least one more brain.
Yeah, I feel like he was so fixated on like he's
Look
like
at that.
I'm
He's just so fucking happy to be here.
Everything's
I'm
let
gonna make
down.
money.
How are we gonna get in?
remotely consider all of us. But
He's like 5 steps in this plan, and like one of them was this question. Like,
Yeah.
how he's gonna get like the we're doing a shred.
I know we didn't end up doing it. Adding like Crypto question mark.
After fucking kill me.
Harry,
where?
Yeah. We love the idea of showing off like I'm rich.
I'm rich. Look at how many apes I have.
One of the banks that tells us
Ma'am would
Wally Blackbird.
Wally would make me wet.
Blackbird Happy Coin is gonna be huge.
Well, actually, I do want to mention that this song, a band that's been brought in called No Further Notice. It's simply people that live from Japan, they back. They are longtime family friends and actors branded from the older video. You know the meme, the whole like what's the Raven style, like that meme? Like, yeah, the singer of the song is yeah, so you know they're early 20s now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
yeah, Brandon.
yeah, so you know, it's been one of like some full circles where like me, Brandon, Sadie, and Jack, and we worked together back in like 2009, 2010, and now we're getting to work together in some kind of small capacity here on this, and all being a part of this project that we love. So
what about my
special episode for Multitude.
By the way, y'all should probably know Chaz isn't even rich, okay? Check his card. I just played you like a fucking rube. Later, losers.
Crim's expression looking at Shaz here.
Okay, so do you know what I cited?
What's that?
You know what I cited? The scene in Family Guy where Stewie is turning his head and it like hurts.
Millie, thank you for
and like I was like, can you do
Just
it
tell
like
me
this?
if your dad is a psychopath.
Well, I'm glad everything ended up okay. Good to know we both have
One
daddy
family
issues, Mox.
preference
Also, I got to plow your
besides
different.
hand behind the back. I
Now
feel like
we
you do that a lot.
all fuck
Everyone
the same
does that.
guy.
Big shout out for keeping Chaz's jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does.
We should
It's a nice
go check it out in
jacket.
his closet later.
It was a nice jacket.
I like to imagine Blitz has trophies that everyone slept with.
That was another
real
radio
quick,
shot.
you all thought it. I love this picture, this little uwu picture of Moxie as a child. Is like cute as shit.
Little baby.
Little baby Moxie holding his tail, bow tie.
Yeah,
right. That's the
Full cast time song here.
Yeah, the rest of the chat, which is so funny, by the way. It's just such a like I wanted that specifically to be like over the little like in the morning. I'm so sorry we forgot.
I like that you knew people were gonna be upset.
We were upset.
No,
We were upset. To be fair, like, so like I think that's another thing that people don't know about me is that like I am not afraid to kill the character. And so there haven't really been any deaths that had any kind of significance in the show.
That's why we're all so nice to Vivian.
Well, guys,
Yeah, it's like, I want Luna to be here for a while.
To kill her characters.
Guys, it was really nice to meet you. I'm gonna go. I guess you don't know.
She's gonna George R.R. Martin this whole damn
God.
cast.
But it is like more so a situation where, you know, I kind of like the idea of a character that is very, very comedic, being like a character that can still face an actual consequence in this world. Because I feel like that's not always expected. So, you know, that was one of the reasons. But another is just that it's interesting because we do have a lot to explore with Chaz in the future of the show, because clearly he has an importance to Millie, and there's other like just elements of like exploring the past of these characters and things like that. So
it reminds me of a great example of this is Gurren Lagann,
Mhm.
Kamina, right?
Yeah.
Like a character who is so fun, and then you just get absolutely gobsmacked by what happens to him, you know? And it's like, it's such a shock. I remember being like 15 and scream crying in my bathroom silently
Yeah.
at like 2 a.m. when episode, was it 8 or 9 happened? But it's like, it's that juxtaposition that makes those dark moments really hit, because you're like, wait, I thought this character had character armor. Like I thought everything was going to be okay, and it's not. And that can really, you know, it really hits.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly having a moment where like I fell in love with the character, and once it was locked in, everything's locked, it's all recorded. There's no changing anything, and I'm like, man, I really kind of wish I hadn't killed him. Like I really like this character. But you know, that's part of it. Like, you know, if you're making a character, you want to kind of like him enough that if you kill him, it's sad, right? Because otherwise it doesn't. They didn't matter. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up for
It
today.
sure does.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for bearing with us.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us through the technical issues, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
And we'll be back for our individual signings over the next couple days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anybody that wants to talk about their signings at all? Is
Oh
anybody-
yeah, plug
Plug your stuff.
signings.
I don't know. Anybody do any signings?
I have things I need to sign, so.
I'm doing April 8th.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Did I?
No.
Oh, April 8th.
Such a Chaz.
You're
move.
invited. You're invited.
There you go.
You're signing.
invited.
Oh my
You're invited.
gosh, whoa.
And I'll come to yours. You come to mine.
Thank you so
There you
much.
go.
April 8th. And yeah, Streamlink, right?
Yeah, and are you doing on any of your channels also?
Yeah. YouTube.com/Eric Schwartz or is that where I'm doing it?
Yeah,
You can do it wherever you want.
Wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I believe it's YouTube.
You can do it on a street corner.
Hey,
Okay,
sure,
I'll
you
do
could.
it.
I'll come out and just film you, and we'll
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Okay.
Find Eric Schwartz
Yeah.
at the
Just
Sizzler.
walk
Walk
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
people on the
Sizzler
street, and
Yeah.
start signing their
You
clothes.
put that, but only if you hand out.
Signing.
You gotta hand out your CD of your
Against
skits.
their will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
you gotta
mixtape.
send it
You gotta put a
Mixtape.
mixtape in your stuff.
Mixtape. This is my first signing, guys. So it's
So exciting.
Yeah.
We're gonna get so many. It's exciting.
Awesome.
so thanks.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
And then follow all of us on our respective social media accounts, and we will let you know more.
Yeah.
All right, wave goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.